Hello, everybody. This is a night of misfortune once again. I know it hasn't been as long as normal for our new session, and we are back with session 9, and we're getting very, 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 very close to the conclusion of the first season of the Triquetra. Thank you so much for joining us again on a Saturday morning, and I have my fabulous 5 with me once again, and we're going to do our usual, run down the Discord to remind the peoples what our voices sound like and the characters that we're playing. So, starting with Cooper.
Yep. I'm Cooper. I'm playing Rida, who is a Shen samurai.
Nick.
Hey, I am Nick, and I play Cornelius, the old man with the plan.
Jake, if you're still alive.
Yep, I'm Jake. I'm playing Silky Goblin, greatest wizard who's ever lived.
All right. Next up is Miles.
I'm Miles. I'm playing Pot, the Dragonborn Vengeance Paladin.
And last but not least,
I am George, aka Spiff, and I am playing Ivarin, the most sarcastic elven wizard ever.
There you go. So before we dive in today with the recap, I had one correction to make about something that has been said last time on the previous episode, and it was regarding the question that I believe Cornelius had regarding the whole situation that the party is in with the magic casting being a little wonky. So the question was, he was trying to compare the different magic casting to his experience from his own time. And the correction there is that I believe I said that the initial step was easier, but the second step was also harder, but that was incorrect. It actually should be, I don't remember what I said actually now that I'm saying it. The correct answer is that the first step is harder now and and harder also than what you're used to, Cornelius, if that makes sense. It's a mind twister, okay. And I had to think about it, but regardless, that's the situation you're in.
Okay.
Anyway,
I believe I understand.
He looks at it and he believes he understands. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the recap. Previously on the Triquetra, returning to their primary quest of stopping the deadly plague, the Triquetra 5 journeys back to the year 2551. They seek the truth from Termo Valen, who they think is responsible for killing millions across the world. Termo is a descendant of a powerful mage family who the group met in the past, but his future. He mentioned that he met the party long ago, that they were searching for the infinite during their last future meeting. Time is all confusing, really, and your narrator gets lost sometimes himself. Anyway, getting back on track, since the last time they were only saved by Pot's timely transformation to a gargantuan dragon and a mysteriously but well-placed duplicate of the Jackal's blade, the party attempts to devise a plan that will not have them siege the heavily defended Plum House this time around. Silky and Rida decide to head to the Amber Academy Grand Library to learn as much as they can about possible origins of the plague. While largely unable to learn about Termo or any other individual that might have set loose the deadly plague, Rida was able to learn fascinating information about the dragon kind. It seems that Pot's transformation trigger was a symbol of Jakar, a true dragon of chaos, fury, darkness, and elements. She also learned that there were 5 other true dragons: Ozun, dragon of light, knowledge, and time; Morikoi, dragon of plants, vines, and nature; Izumira, the dragon of stars and the cosmos; Pragaras, dragon of the inferno; and Yukina, the dragon of water. These true dragons were believed to be hatched a long time ago and reborn throughout time using their phoenix-like rebirth ability, but most have vanished throughout time. Rida also learns of 4 demons, a group of dragon riders believed to bring forth the apocalypse. The party now believes that one of them, the Green Rider of the Plague, might have been responsible for the death and destruction in their own time. The party decided to seek the only lead they had and pursue a meeting with Termo. After nearly blackmailing every single denizen of Solitude, Pot learns an important piece of information from a homeless man who lives near the gates of the castle. It would appear that Termo would be in town in a few days and to conduct an important business deal at the Hungry Witch, a fancy tavern in the heart of Solitude. The party decides to use this knowledge to their advantage and sets up an observation post. Termo is attempting to purchase a powerful dark ritual tome from a representative of the Black Hawks. The party attempts to commune with Termo using a telepathic link to dissuade him from pursuing his dark deed that likely causes misery in the future. However, the snotty young mage wanted nothing to do with them and gave them even less time than before, laughing them off. It is at this time that the party realized that they were being watched by a darkly robed, hooded figure in the middle of the tavern that motioned them to go outside. Easily trusting the paranormal by this point in their adventures, the party quickly accepted the invitation. To their interest, the figure seemed to know exactly who they were and that they were shifting their interest towards the book that Termo was attempting to procure. The man claimed to be there to stop them. Anticipating the party's every move, the man was able to somehow produce duplicates of himself to quickly surprise and knock out the party. They awoke some time later in a land seemingly devoid of any civilization. Under the suspicion that they were so far back in the past that their temporal anchor would no longer function, the party had little choice but to seek anything that would help them get back to their timeline. After a few days, they met a pair of travelers by the name of Sun and Wind, who stated that they were on a quest for the ominous Boom Boom. The two men were accompanied by a wolf and a golden dragon, who was none other than Ozune. The two men were petrified of the group's magical abilities, and wanted to escape the weird bunch. However, Silky decided to invoke the tried and true method of inventing religion to bend the two into compliance to guide them to their destination. It is this destination that the party now hopes might have the answers to how to get out of their predicament and bring them home to 2619. Damn, that was a lot of speaking. When I wrote this,
A lot of shit went down last time.
I didn't think it would be that much, but I guess it is. Yeah, so that's where we left off as the party was breaking for the day, accompanied by their new fearful companions, Sun and Wind. So I believe we just taken a long rest and we were ready to continue the day. But before we do, I want everybody to go ahead and make a set of Constitution saving throws, please.
How big of a set?
5 to be precise. 1 for each player.
Shit.
Okay, when you say a set, that just implies that we all have to do more than one.
Poor wording on my part. I apologize.
Come on, English much? All right.
Wait, that's just Constitution, not the save, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you need to do a save, but it might already.
Oh.
The only difference is if you are proficient in it. I believe it adds your proficiency bonus. So,
as a complete
I am not
non-part of the game, do you guys remember? Isn't there a command for like long resting? Does anyone remember what that is?
Oh, is there? If
Nope.
so, I don't know.
There's like some like chat that. Hold on, I could just Google this. I don't know why I'm asking.
I don't recall.
Yeah, I don't think I've
Do
ever
we have,
used
do
one.
we have exhaustion still?
No, so you do get a full rest. You manage to
great.
get the exhaustion. So throughout the night, throughout the evening, actually, you have kind of a hard time falling asleep, and throughout your travels, traveling through different times, through space and time, you obviously experienced the vertigo that I've described many times before. Also, this weird sensation of just kind of light flashes and hot flashes and so forth. And this sensation throughout your journeys has gotten worse and worse as you go. It appears to be triggered by certain things at times, but as a general kind of perception, you guys feel like just your general well-being and a sense of health is deteriorating the more you travel through time. So as you fall asleep, you're having a very difficult time, and in the morning you wake up with just a massive headache, feeling the nausea again, the vertigo setting in. And as you look at around, you guys notice this, that you guys all are all experiencing this, and you also notice that Ivarin appears to have a little run or trickle of blood coming from out of his nose as he gets up.
I hate jet lag.
Mondays. Well,
Well, that's not good. Can I? We still have the anchor, right? Who's got our anchor?
It could be me in the pouch. I'll just check.
It's probably in the pouch.
yeah,
Right?
so I'm not carrying my personal inventory, so
The bag of holding. Nope.
no
I
one's
have the bag,
carrying
I
it.
think.
Nobody has the temporal anchor.
No,
Wait, I think I have.
I've got the bag of holding.
Oh, okay,
Pod-
never mind.
Pod has the bag of holding, but the bag of holding doesn't have the crown. But one of us has the crown, right? Would we?
Somebody
if
should
if
have the crown. You
Yeah.
guys got it from the
Yeah.
tomb, and you never gave it
Yeah.
out. So somebody
it might
should
just be
have
a
it.
clerical.
And I
Alright, so
think
does anyone have
everyone-
it?
I think everyone wakes up and sees it on Cornelius's head.
Oh no.
Actually, yeah, no, good RP. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not in the bag of holding though, because my idea was like the bag of holding is a pocket dimension, and maybe having it not in the same dimension as us was causing more. Like, can I all right, Ivarin takes the crown off of Cornelius's head, and I'd like to do an Arcana check to see if like I can figure out anything about, is it still working? Is it malfunctioning as an anchor?
Sure, give me a history check as well as an arcana check. Okay, you got the arcana. So, inherently to this crown, you don't believe it has any outward, temporal properties that you can tell. You still sense very much so that the what is it called? The divot, the imprint in the center of the crown, used to possess some kind of very powerful gem or something that was very powerfully in tuned with magic. So you still get that reading from it. But in terms of the temporal properties as a temporal anchor, you don't really get a reading one way or the other. However, kind of probing back to what you remember from your conversations with Riggs about time travel, you remember that the temporal anchor is only... There's different strengths, right? You guys started out with a sword that you procured from the Forsaken that you used to travel a couple of years, maybe like 20 years back into the past. And then you went on a quest to obtain the crown, which was a more powerful temporal anchor, but you don't think it's allowing you to go, as far as you want. So it's not that it's specifically a magical item specifically designed for time travel. It's an inherent piece of the universe, I want to say, or the world that kind of ties you to your rightful place in time. So any object theoretically can have this property, but again, it doesn't allow you to travel as far back as you want, essentially. So you think there's always a limitation of how far back you can go. And based on your current predicament, you think that you might be out of range for Riggs to pull you back.
Nice.
That's
Okay,
great.
I'm going to explain all of that to the party, and then I'm going to add, and you see this divot here? Clearly there's something missing from this crown, and, it's maybe if we were able to figure out what was there, then we could, replace it with something roughly equal, and I don't know, maybe turn it into a more powerful anchor that would allow rigs to pull us back. But that's all just speculation.
Maybe. Although, correct me if I'm wrong, Dimitri, but I thought that the like power of the object came from its like importance in like history, or like in, I don't know, like any object can work, but like the reason we were looking for special objects is because if something is like rare or like historically important, it might have more power. So I'm wondering if we're just so far back in history that like it doesn't have importance anymore.
So make a history check. You are correct. I'll have you and Cornelius actually make a history check.
Nope.
Ooh, history.
You
I
are-
remember stuff. No, I
You
don't.
are no longer correct.
All right. you are partially correct there. Yes.
I'm also wondering if like it seems like how we've ended up here might be a slightly different method of time travel than what we've been using. So, because we didn't use an anchor to get here, we were just kind of like ripped out of time and plopped here by the Deadpool guy. So,
She's trying not to say it.
by Ball Man. So
I think I prefer the scrotum
I
man
don't
than
know.
Deadpool man.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if we might. I don't know if anchors are gonna be what like gets us out of here.
That's a good point.
But that's me, Cooper, not Ryda. Ryda is stupid. So.
No.
Above average. I mean, the other thing we could think about is like Ozun. We know that
Right.
Ozun is tied to time, and here we are, just so happen to be teleported here or brought here by this scrotum man, and we just so happen to be within the vicinity of Ozun.
Yeah.
I think
It seems like we were moved purposefully, right? Like we
Yeah.
woke up and they were like,
Mhm.
they were like, like you're important, and now we just have to be rid of this shaman, boom, whoever.
Yeah, I
I
think
think-
we're being tested.
Huh.
Mm.
I mean,
The line
we don't
that
know
was-
anything about where we are, honestly. It seems like these guys we're following know something, and so maybe we meet whoever they're looking for, and maybe this person knows more about. Because I'll be honest, these guys don't seem like they are terribly, like well informed. But perhaps perhaps the shaman is better informed, and it could be more useful in determining what actually is happening right now.
Hmm.
Well,
I don't
can't deny
think
I'm
the
very
solution is
curious
just
about
wander
Boom
around
Boom.
randomly. Yeah, exactly. I think we follow the lead that we've got, the single lead we've got.
I agree.
I don't have a better idea at this point, so
Yeah.
onward, I suppose.
Okay. So yeah, you continue throughout the day journeying alongside the river, following your two new companions. Well, technically four, including the wolf and the dragon. As you go and follow the river, you don't come up to any signs of civilization, kind of cementing your understanding or interpretation that you might be far and far back into the future or into the past. And yeah.
Sorry, just to throw one in, I'd like to have summoned Steely Dan to just
Steely
be
Dan?
like Steely Dan. Sorry,
Okay.
Summon Steely Dan.
I
I'll
would
just be
summon the
riding
actual
on
band. Steely Dan.
Steely Dan. Sorry to derail you.
It
I
says
just
I can
wanted
do it
to
in
do
my
that
spells.
so we didn't have to wreck on it
Oh yeah.
moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
no worries.
Mhm.
So
And I suppose we can have Miyag scouting ahead for us as well.
yeah.
Well, while we're talking about our animal companion familiar thingies.
Mm.
Okay, so you guys continue to follow the sun and wind, and you figure it's going to take a couple of days to get there. So unless you guys want something specific to do during the day as you're journeying, you are not interrupted on your travels. It seems pretty calm, and again, the more you kind of take in your surroundings, the more you get an understanding of just this peace and calm, not only in the magical field, but also in your natural surroundings.
Question. Can we put people in a bag of holding?
No.
No.
You can't? Okay, damn.
Yeah,
think they
there's a
die.
limited opening limit, and I think they
So
would
the
also
answer is
die.
What
the
about
answer
a
is
goblin?
yes, but you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I think it has like 10 minutes worth of air.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there's that kind of issue. Because I was like, yo, why doesn't Silky Johnson just chill in the bag of holding? I'll carry him, and then Steedy Dan can carry me, and we like never get exhausted or anything. It'd be great.
The way I always played it is that bag of holding can theoretically fit somebody for like a short period of time, but the problem is that the neck opening is actually not big enough to fit most things that size.
Right back 1 sec.
But yeah,
I'm trying to find the list of spells that was in that spell book that we recovered, because I can't remember if I got them all, and this would be a good opportunity to put them
I
in
don't
my
remember
spell
if
book.
it was you or Silky, but somebody went through a whole list of the spells they got and copied them down.
Yep.
I don't remember exactly who that was though.
I think you might have sent it to me in a DM, and I'm looking for
Yeah.
it.
I can look through the chat, see if I can find it. Or I could just send you a screenshot of my spell book, because I think you and I have the same spells, right? Or similar spells. Like I have learned 4th and 5th level spells that I can't use, so I assume that's from the spell book.
Oh wait, no, here it is. I got it.
All right, never mind.
I think other than just traveling, I'd probably just want to make sure we have like or are collecting like fresh water and food. So we
Okay.
don't starve.
And I would be having Blinky Johnson like flying around as high as he can to just kind of like scout the surrounding landscape, because I'm still unsure if this is like dystopian future. This feels like prehistoric, but I would want to try and figure out like if there are settlements, or if it's truly just a wandering nomadic society, if that makes sense. So I would be looking for settlements of any size.
Yeah, so if you send out Silky Johnson to kind of survey the area from the air, it's kind of a confirmation of the same thing you're seeing around you. You
What?
don't spot any signs of civilization. You don't even spot any kind of settlement or any other groups of people as you're journeying through the day.
Oh my god.
All right, just to come back to the spells for a second. Jake,
Yeah.
I have all of the spells that I can cast out of it, but it still has 4th and 5th level spells that I don't think either of us can cast yet. So once we open those up, you'll have a couple more to copy.
Yeah, I think I've already got them on my sheet. I think at some point during a much further ago session, like I think I did copy it. Like, you gave it to me for a while.
Yeah, but I've got the list of spells in here.
Oh,
too,
got
if we need
it. Yep.
All right. Anyways, sorry for the interjection.
No worries. Yeah, so you guys break for the night, or I guess for the day, night, whatever. And Sun and Wind are still kind of very reluctant around you. They eye you and just try to stay as far as possible from you guys. Yeah.
I will bring up to the group that perhaps we haven't gone back in time. Perhaps
no.
we've gone forward. And
Like the whole way around, basically.
yeah,
it's-
the
Mhm.
God. Oh, I hate
Azun
this.
is rebirth.
That's
Futurama style,
possible.
huh?
Hmm. Can I make a history check to see if I recognize any extinct plants around us, like that I could use to place where we are in time?
Good question. Are you trained in herbology or anything like that?
Well, I mean, I'm trained in medicine and history.
I'll give you a nature check. Right? There's still a
Nature check. Okay, but I've got a decent bonus on that. But a bad roll, so apparently I learned nothing.
Yeah. You are confused. You actually see plants that you haven't seen before, and yeah, you just can't quite place where you are.
So something I would like to do on our travels, or while we're walking around,
Mhm.
with all of these different plants and things, I'm sure there's stuff that is quite colorful. I would like to just kind of, as we're walking, pick up and gather things that I could try to turn into ink for my tattoos later.
Okay. Yeah, make I guess that would be more of a survival check.
Okay. 18.
Okay. Yeah, so as you're going through, throughout your journey, you're following the river, but you go in and out of plains, you go through hills and also forests, and while you're journeying through a little bit more of a forested area, you spot a tree with these big fruits on them, and you kind of recognize them to be a fruit that is used to make a type of ink that you could probably use. It's not like a permanent ink that is for tattoos, but it is something you could use.
Okay. Temporary ink.
If we are in the past, you just invented henna.
Heck yeah.
Good
Actually,
job.
if we're in the future, you probably just invented it too, so.
And then, yeah, at night, as we're breaking down at camp, I just start giving myself a tattoo on my left thigh
Ooh.
with the new ink.
Oh, nice.
Okay. All right.
Pot will sit, or actually, I'll Pot will go up to Cornelius and be like, "What's this? You're giving yourself some new markings, are you?"
If you don't keep up the practice, you're gonna lose it. Use it or lose it, is what they always say.
A wise man indeed. Do you mind if I just sit down and watch and observe?
Sure, yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. If you decide you want one, just let me know.
Okay, I'll think about it. Thank you. And Pot just sits down and and watches.
Okay. Anything else, you guys?
I'd say Avarin's probably pretty curious about this too, but he doesn't like approach and ask to watch. He just observes from across the campfire.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I forget, it's gonna get dark. I do have my dancing lights just out above me, kind of like little spotlights so that I can see everything fine. My little teal, my 4 little teal fists just kind of hovering around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the two men you're traveling with, the elf and the human, are definitely curious about whenever you cast anything, but they still remain pretty reserved. All right. Anybody else wants to do anything before you guys head to sleep, I suppose?
I think I'm ready to pass out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
All
do
right.
this thing. Let's go to sleep.
All right. So the next day, you wake up and also feeling like almost like you're sick in many ways.
Yeah.
You feel like your temperature, you're groggy. Yeah, I guess hungover would be a good way to describe it as you set forward again, journeying alongside your companions. The next day, you guys continue to journey forth, and as you're going farther and farther, you are figuring that you're probably journeying a little bit north because, well, south in this case, sorry, and because it's getting cooler and cooler. Again, my map is kind of inverted to where the south is kind of in the bottom left corner. But yeah, so it's getting cooler and cooler. So you're imagining you're heading south, and towards the end of the day, sun and wind kind of start to slow down a bit, and wind says to you guys, "Rock, boom, boom, up there."
Excellent. That was fast.
Is he like pointing to something?
Yeah, he's pointing up a little hill, and on top, if you look where he's pointing, you see a little kind of rock pointing up, almost like a pillar.
Great.
Go ahead.
Are sun and wind like making like they're moving up there,
Yes.
or are they? Okay, so they haven't just like stopped and
Yeah.
said, "Okay, you guys go ahead." They're actually just like telling us that we're close.
Yes. You figure it's maybe like a mile up into the hill.
Okay. Well,
A mile
everybody
into
be
the
ready.
Does Pot feel anything different in terms of how the magic feels getting closer to this point that we're heading towards?
Sure, make
Or is
an
it subject?
Arcana check.
This is gonna go well.
Hey, it went well.
Jeez.
Wow.
So as you begin to approach, I guess I'll call it the monolith, you begin to notice definitely signs of this magical energy around you that starts to grow stronger as you approach. As you approach, you also notice that this, on top of this hill, appears to be a circular. I don't want to call it a dais, but basically it's a rock in the ground, a circular rock in the ground that has these fine carvings imprinted onto it. In the center is this. Oh, you cast mage armor.
Like an altar. Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to. Does it look?
It
Before we
doesn't
get closer,
look.
does it?
Well, I guess you can do a religion check. Yeah.
Yeah. Before I get much closer, I just want to make sure that there's not like blood stains all over it. Like I kind of want. Is that fair to
Yeah.
assess?
Yeah, for sure.
Religion, you said?
Yeah, you can do religion and then maybe like a perception check, I guess.
Ooh.
So it doesn't match any kind of carvings or layout that you would associate with a religious altar or altar of any kind that you know. As far as perception, so you notice the markings, and then as you guys get closer, so you see basically the rock pillar, the monolith in the center that reaches high up into the ground, also covered in similar kinds of markings and carvings. And around the perimeter of this rock, there is also six of these smaller rock pillars that just kind of stick out and kind of project a little bit towards the central pillar. And as you get close, you see what appears to be an old man, also similarly dressed in rags with a long white beard, half bald, almost looking kind of like Cornelius does actually, sitting down cross-legged with his eyes closed on the circular rock that you were approaching.
Do I recognize any of these symbols from my studies?
Good question. Let's do a history check.
Damn it, I'm rolling so bad.
You don't recognize exactly what these markings are, but you figure they probably have some kind of association with the arcane.
Well, obviously. That was more Ivarin than me.
Obviously, brain. Thank you for that
Yeah.
information.
Dumbass brain.
All right. Well, yeah, I'd say Ivarin just wants to be on high alert here.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what this guy is capable of. What kind of boom this guy has.
So,
yeah, I'll just kind of like nudge everyone and give them a meaningful look. Like, yeah, be ready. We don't know.
I'm
Okay.
still on Steedy Dan, by the way.
I cast my own mage armor.
Okay.
I just have my mage armor up all the time, basically.
All
I
right.
just permanently have one less spell slot on first level.
Yeah.
All right.
Just good
So
mage
yeah,
practice.
I guess we should probably let Sun and Wind approach first, right? Because they know what they're doing here.
Yeah.
So I'd say we hang back while they do their thing for a moment.
Okay. Yeah, Sun and Wind go forward ahead of you and approach the old man, and they kind of slow down as they near him, and Wind says, Saitik, you there? The man doesn't respond. Wind kind of approaches him a little more and says, Saitik again. No response. And then he comes up to, like, basically up to his ear and says, Saitik! And the guy, like, springs up and says, how? Why disturb? And then he looks around and sees you standing in the background. Who they? They knew. And Wind just looks at you, steps back a little bit.
I will take a step forward and like attempt to cut an imposing silhouette up on kind of like as I ascend the platform, and I'll say, well, introduce us, mortal.
Oh God.
Who are you looking at? Sun or Wind?
I would be looking at Sun, the one that Saitek talked to.
Oh, okay. These are proclaim self as gods. I don't know their names.
Ivarin rolls his eyes at that.
I swear to God, this guy is looking to get teleported into the sky again. Proclaim himself as gods. How do you even know we're like proclaim? All right. Anyway, I will continue. I'll finish kind of closing the distance, and I'll say, we proclaim nothing. We simply are.
The man eyes you, kind of raises one eyebrow, and says, well, you certainly seem like an odd bunch. Why are you here? You're not from here.
That is right. We've come down from on high, from Mount Olympus, to see what the mortal world is like. Tell me, what is this boom boom?
Boom boom. You seek the boom boom too?
Maybe.
Ah.
It is not. We are not sure that we're interested in boom boom yet. It is potentially below our interest, but just out of curiosity.
Boom boom all around you.
Oh God. Is this like a force thing? I'm
You mean,
like
like,
looking. I'm like looking
magic?
around. This better not be like a friendship is inside you type thing. What? Like, can I touch it? And I like, touch the altar. Is this the boom boom?
No, you don't touch boom boom. You use boom boom. Make things happen.
Ah, yes.
Strange things.
I nod. Like this, and I'll snap my fingers, and I'll like make a small little. Actually, I can just minor illusion. I will make a like a bird like just appear in my hand, and then quickly kind of like close my fist to make it disappear.
He looks at you while the two guys kind of awe and marvel again, and he says, yes, some exactly like that.
I nod. I say, yes. Is this place a place of particularly strong boom boom?
Yes. We've been learning from this and similar places.
Ah, I see. Well, of course, myself and my colleagues here, I kind of gesture at everyone, created all things in this world, including the boom boom, but sometimes we don't intend to create the things that are created. We're just that much more powerful. Sometimes things just happen. Now, speaking of things that happen without us knowing about it, but that should in no way diminish the fact that we are all powerful, are there other places where there is boom boom?
The old man looks back at.
Hold on. While Silky is giving this speech, Ivarin tries to catch the old man's eyes and give him a look that just kind of says, like, just humor him, please. Like, I know he's ridiculous. Just humor him.
What was your
I
question?
think we call that a knowing look.
A knowing look. Winks at the camera.
Is this place? Yeah.
If there are other places like this, yeah.
He looks back at Wind and says, "This bunch talks strange, almost as strange as their abilities." Yes. There's a couple of other places that we know of similar, but this one is particularly strong in boom boom.
Ivarin at this point is going to pull out his sketchbook, his notebook sketchbook thing, and just like do a sketch of the area and copy down as many of the symbols as he can while the conversation's going on.
Okay. Actually, Ivarin, go ahead and make another history check as you do that.
Damn it.
Jesus. Yeah. Somehow it feels familiar, but not.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So the like 6 smaller spires, are they all sort of identical looking, or are they each unique?
They're not exactly formed. They don't have like a smooth shape to them. So they look a little different from each other, but overall the shape is similar, yes. So
these spires look like they're kind of like natural or man-made, or like a combination of both?
You know what? I am going to transfer you to a visual.
Oh.
Visual.
Oh, shit.
Hmm.
They look like fingers.
They look like dicks.
Finger dicks.
And here I am thinking, wait, Diablo 2, wasn't that like expansion? You gotta fight the other barbarian here?
Okay.
Bunch of dicks. So we got Scrotum Man and Dick Shrine.
I see
Around
why
a-
they call it boom boom.
Around a giant boob.
Got him. Can I was writing notes down, but can we say in character that I was like kind of staying silent so I can start casting detect magic and just kind of like looking around the spot?
Sure. Absolutely.
Because I think obviously like this appears to be I don't know if this is like the weave or what. Like this, there's some kind of magic hanky panky going on here, and I'm wondering if this is like a focusing spot or like a weak point in the prime like in the world here, or what. But I'm sure something's gonna light up.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and let's do an Arcana, and also you're casting. What is it called again?
Detect magic.
Yeah, detect magic.
Magic. It'll be right. But it basically should light. It won't necessarily tell me like what the actual magic is, but it should at least light up things that are magic.
Okay.
Arcana.
Okay. So as soon as the spell goes off, the whole entire area just glows brighter than the sun, and it blinds you. As there's
just this area, like, or the entire surrounding
the circle,
area.
but most of all, the pillar in the center, just illuminates in magic. All types of magics, all schools and origins that you know of, are mixed and concentrated inside the central pillar.
I'll kind of like quickly kind of snap in the air to get Ivarin's attention, and I'll just kind of like I'll like shade my eyes to intimate to him that like whatever I'm looking at is super bright, and I'll just kind of point right at the pillar, to kind of get him to also realize that that whatever this is some kind of amalgam of magic.
Ivarin nods back but doesn't say anything and shifts his focus. You know what? Can I just? I don't know how much time we have right now, but can I just like take a 20 and sit down and think until I figure out how I recognize these symbols?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and make I guess your final history check that I'm going to allow you. And if podcast divine sense, he also notices or starts to recognize an amalgamation of readings from this. It is both pure and evil, a mix of a spectrum, rather, of power and magic. So, Ivarin, with your... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, are these carvings, are they like a language, or are they just like different runes?
So, yeah, as Ivarin looks at these carvings, he does begin to recognize some of the runes, and you tie kind of the sequence and the arrangement of the whole design, and you remember reading about a group of stone circles throughout the land of Maros that used to be utilized for as a primary means of like teleportation almost. And they resemble kind of similar type of arrangement. But another set of symbols around here seems to be tied to a set of runes that you read about. And these runes were basically runes created by powerful individuals in the past, and they each embody two different schools of magic. So like the rune of knowledge is what you are using essentially, or correction, Riggs is using to propel you through time.
Okay, do I have any inkling as to how these teleportation devices work?
So this one is a little different, and it's a little more... So the stone circles you know of, they're just a flat disc of rock, and that's it, and they're only used for teleportation. This thing lights up like a Christmas tree, essentially. It's just like all kinds of magic, not just teleportation. It's
I wonder
around.
if the circles in Maros were the watered down or like depleted versions of this. Like we're coming to the source right now. Like this again.
Yeah, maybe this is like the delta hub of stone circles.
I kind of am thinking like that might be it. Because again, if we're seeing, and also sort of environment, like I mean, honestly, man, if this is, I mean, I'm detecting literally everything coming out of this central area. I mean, I've been in areas in major hubs, like major cities before, where the magic wasn't this strong coming out of temples. So I mean, whatever this is, it's the strongest magical node I think I've ever heard of.
Pot relays the information from that he senses like good and evil as well.
So this isn't
Coming from
even
here.
just magic. This is like almost literal godlike power. This kind of sounds like this is like not omnipotent, but like all encompassing kind of like non-physical energy.
One other question, Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking back to my studies, how long ago were these stone circles built, according to my sources? Because that could provide us a lower bound on how far back we
Mhm.
are.
So as far as you know, they weren't built. They were just always there as far as recorded history.
Oh, great. Okay, then. Never mind.
Well, that's also useful though, right? So I mean, like,
Mhm.
if it's they've been here since as far as recorded history, like these things are thousands of years old. So we are at least like before the like age of the plague, and certainly the age of like the normal kind of Maros.
Or we could still be way in the future. We don't know.
But you read about these things though, right?
Hmm?
Like you knew these, like you were reading about them before that they existed. So like it would stand to reason that if you have knowledge of these things from the future, they're probably not from the future, right?
Right, but we could still be in the future
and they've just gotten more powerful.
or been modified somehow.
Fair, that's true.
So-
What
Uh,
has anyone touched this thing yet?
Nope.
No, definitely not.
Is the
Avarin. Or you know what? Pot. Hey Pot.
yes?
You're a big guy. You're pretty
Oh,
sturdy.
Looks at his muscles. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm pretty small. And I just have a sickly constitution. But, it strikes me that whatever this is might resonate with those of us who are able to use magic. And, I'm just feeling kind of on the wonder, and I don't know if Avarin wants to, but if not Avarin, then maybe Pot, maybe you should touch that pillar and see what happens.
Well, I before I do something like that, I was actually thinking of asking the old fellow that is up here with us. Right, this is out of character now. Is that the old guy is still with us? We haven't formally introduced or spoken. He's just
Nope.
No, the old guy is the
Yeah,
guy that has been
still here.
speaking. Oh,
Yeah, we know-
your old
but
guy.
he's still. No, yeah, like this old guy that you've been speaking. Not Cornelius. Not referring to Cornelius. Just blanket statement. Not referring to Cornelius. The other old guy that
the
we
other
haven't.
old guy.
Yeah, old guy B.
Cornelius Prime.
Cornelius Prime. Yeah, so Cornelius Prime. Is he still with us up here at the?
Yeah, they're all three. All of them are still there. So Wind, Sun, the Psychic, and the two beasts.
Okay. Well, Putt is going to walk over towards Cornelius Prime,
Mhm.
and good sir. My name is Pot. I as before introduced by.
This guy is the strangest one of them all.
I'll
Funny.
kind of like keep a civil tongue when speaking to your gods.
You're so big, and he pokes one of your muscles.
I just laugh. Like it's absolutely no threat what this this guy's doing.
Yeah, his torso is probably the size of your bicep.
Yeah. So, I laugh and I say to the old guy, Optimus Prime, I mean Cornelius
Optimus
Prime, whatever.
Yes.
Yes. And that's the new arc for season 2. We're all Autobots.
Red Sparbots.
So, Could you please explain? I mean, well, my name is Pot. What is your name?
Saitik.
Sciatic, yeah. So, how did you come to know about this place? Can you tell us more about this stone formation here and what's happening at this point?
Yes. Long ago, when I was a spry young man, I used to partake in certain liquids. And yeah,
Bless.
Me too.
they took me to places that, yeah, I don't like to speak much, but on one of my let's say alterations of mind, I found one of these places, and I took a fascination to it, and I began to notice strange things occurring around such places. And then I met these two, and they're interesting golden beasts, and they seem to be interested also.
Okay. And Ozun is still around one of their necks, just chilling. Interesting. You say. So, what are these interesting things that have happened around here? Is it like events, or what have you noticed?
Yes, well, I began learning how to control some of it, but a lot of it is still a mystery to me. And that's it's just what it is, a mysterious power coming from unknown, sometimes quite dangerous. Yes, dangerous.
You mean the use of the boom boom is dangerous? Is that what you mean, or?
Yeah, sometimes too things come out and they're not so friendly.
Two things come out of where exactly?
Just about magical thing opens and things pop out.
Okay. And what do these things look like?
Oh, they're different beasts, lights, shadows.
Okay. And I turn to Ozun and ask in Draconic if Ozun knows anything about this location.
Azun is still chilling with his head down, but when you ask him, he raises his head and looks at you and says in Draconic, "Yes, I sense very powerful magic. I suspect this is a conduit of some kind."
Okay. And
Ivarin
as
breaks
the-
into the conversation and asks the old man, "How often does this happen? Is it safe to touch?"
I don't know. Still very strange. And this place is the strangest of them all.
And so, do these strange events occur because of something you do or say, or does it seem to happen just random time here?
Most of the time, yeah, because we try to do something, but sometimes it just happens. Boom.
I relay that information about it being a conduit, powerful magic conduit, to the group, which we expected. And I guess Pot reiterates what we're probably all thinking is like there's some kind of portal or portals that open, and then there's like beings of light and darkness that come through, and that's what Cytek's probably referring to.
Where
least
Yeah,
that's
it
what-
definitely seems like this is some sort of like travel hub.
Where is Cytek throughout all of this? Like, is he sitting on the circle? Has anyone
Yeah.
actually set foot into the stone circle?
Wynn did, but everybody
Okay,
else
so-
is tied still.
Okay, Wynn stepped in, and Cornelius Prime was already in the circle when we approached.
Yes.
Okay, so Ivarin's going to step into the circle and take a full lap around the center column, not touching it yet, but just go all the way around and
Yeah, as soon as you step
examine it
in,
up close.
you kind of get this pulse of energy through your body, and you begin to be instantly connected to the weave, and you feel a connection like none other before. So much so, in fact, that you think you could probably cast all of your spells from your spell book if you wanted to.
Ooh.
Like all at once.
What?
Like, you have no spell slots or anything like that.
Damn, I like
Holy
this place.
shit.
Can I take it with me?
Can I take it with me?
So like, can I tell that like Ivarin just got like juiced as fuck stepping into this thing? Does he look any different?
Yeah, you probably notice him kind of like as he steps into it, like straighten up and like start feeling a little more like, like,
Yeah.
okay.
You
this
okay,
place
man?
is-
I have the power. Man, step in. You got to feel this.
He has the boom boom.
I don't know. Like, does he look weird? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm intensely distrustful of this right off the bat. Like, does he look like he's like gone mad with power, or he's just kind of like he's jacked up?
Well, I guess inside check.
Pot steps in the circle.
Wait, no one else did the circle to. We're sure this isn't like a bad thing. Inside check.
Um,
Oh shit.
see.
Does Pot look like he's?
Yeah, Pot, similar sensation. You begin to instantly be connected to, your divine origins of your magic, and you feel the power pulsating through your body. You think it's more he's just jacked up.
Okay. Well, shit. I want the juice. I'll step in.
Same thing.
Oh man.
So out
So-
of character, I'm trying to think if I can use a spell to help us here. That now that I've got access.
know,
to
yeah.
So this is, it's been discussed that this is like, the circles that are around Mars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine I'd be pretty familiar with it. With those.
Maybe they're not super common use. You can do like a history check, I guess. You see.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Yeah,
you know them.
So you said that they feel kind of like unlimited power, magical power they can tap into, so they don't really have a need for spell slots. Does that mean they can also cast spells above their level?
I don't know.
Oh. Okay, I asked that to Ivarin. Can you cast a higher level spell?
I'm sorry. I was reading a spell description. I missed what the question was exactly.
I'm curious if you might be able to cast a spell at like a higher level than you would normally be able to.
Interesting question.
Pot could probably find that out.
Well, I mean, if it's not going to cost me a spell slot, I can just cast. I've got fly. I will touch Rita and try to cast fly at 4th level instead of 3rd level.
Make an Arcana check.
I roll like shit today.
Nothing happens.
Guess not. Does that cost me a spell slot at all?
No.
Yeah, okay, so that's cool.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and step in. Um, does it have a similar sensation as to when I was transporting my cargo?
I think you might have to message me to see
Okay.
what you mean.
Gotcha.
I'm not quite sure. um,
Pot's going to cast protection from evil and good on himself.
Make an Arcana check, Cornelius.
I'm going to add. Oh wait, no, I can't do that. I don't have proficiency. Never mind. So it's a 9.
You're not quite sure.
Okay.
Some of it is familiar, but I mean, there's a connection, but you're not quite sure.
Ivarin feels a sudden urge to go to the pillar and touch it. But he looks around at the party members before he does it. And yeah, he asks, should I touch it? Do you guys want to step out of the circle before I do?
Yeah. Can I? I'm just gonna quickly, like walk up, like, and just as a little, I'm gonna tie a rope around his waist. As I do it, I'm just kind of looking into your face and I'm like, like, I think just in case, and I will, as I walk out of the circle, I will hand the other end to Pot.
Okay. Pot takes the rope. Pot is also going to cast. Where is it? This one. On Ivarin, Silky, and himself.
Okay.
So we're 5 HP higher.
And I'm gonna ready a vortex warp spell to like whip him away from that as fast as I can.
Pot is going to walk around this way of the pillar with the rope. Steedy Dan, gonna reposition. Steedy Dan's gonna be there, and Pot's gonna like interact with Steedy Dan to sort of assist with holding the rope. In fact, Pot ties the rope around Steedy Dan very securely, and steps away from Steedy Dan.
Okay.
And winks at Steedy Dan. That's it.
Silky, you want to step out there?
I am out. This will probably be fine, but in case it's not, Ivarin, do you have like a family or something that you want us to like relay anything to?
They all died in the plague, so no.
Damn.
Good. I kind of like good enough. Then I'll kind of like get into like a crouch position, ready to cast. I cast from a
All right.
crouch.
Oh, and then
What
Pot
about-
says,
what about-
"Wait," and sneaks. Not sneaks, but like just walks in here, gets the feeling of like that he can cast whatever again, and casts Bless on Ivarin.
Oh yeah.
Ivarin, and Cornelius. So it'll be Ivarin, Cornelius, and myself blessed. And
Cool.
steps back out.
All right. What about Sun and Wind and Cornelius Prime? Are they? have they
Sun and
stepped
Wind
out as
back
well?
up, but Cytic stays in the circle.
Ivarin asks him, "Are you sure?"
Yes.
All right. Ivarin reaches out and touches the pillar.
Okay. So as you stretch your hand and just touch the stone, you kind of, so the feeling that, you know, the magic surging through your body intensifies, and as you touch it again, the pillar almost like lights up and turns like pure white light and blinds you, and you feel like you are like not directly, but the closest you've ever been to the weave.
Does anything else happen?
Not just from touching.
All right. I'll turn my head back around to everyone else and say, make sure you have cover nearby, and then I'll try to cast Identify on it.
Shit.
uh,
Plot details now. We got you, DM.
Let's do an Arcana check as well.
Yeah,
Finally,
a good roll.
This reminds me of first campaign we played where someone had a lore like a legend lore spell, and we were just kind of like we spent a while trying to like figure out like how to actually fulfill the legend lore spell without like ruining the entire plot, because we had found something like very central to the story.
So similar to how you know that the runes are the conduits to casting magic in your world, you think that this is an even more powerful, not just in terms of the power level, I guess, but also in terms that it is all the magic schools. So you figure it is a direct link to casting or to access the weave.
Okay. According to the spell description, I learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has, if any. So, does this give me any insight into how to use this stone circle for whatever purpose?
It doesn't have attunement. It doesn't have charges. As far as use and purpose, it is a conglomeration of magic and spells and abilities, and the sky is the limit. Well, actually, no. The sky is not even the limit.
The multiverse is the limit?
Something like that.
I mean, I'm wondering if you even need to like specify a spell with it, or if you can just kind of like make something up.
Or cast.
Yeah, can you just like
Go
do
ahead.
whatever?
Actually, make a history check for me, Varn.
Damn it.
I'll let it do advantage on this one. It's fine.
Yay.
You remember about... Oh gosh, how should I put this? So the book you have, the magical tome.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why you kind of thought it was what you thought it was is because it kind of tapped into not unnatural types of magic, but into magic that seemed too powerful for anyone to use. And a big section of the book was devoted to priming magic and priming things. If that makes sense.
Okay, so basically, if we prime this thing properly, we can get it to do anything we want.
Maybe you can
Or at least
activate
that's
it
what
or
Ivarin is
something.
thinking.
Yes, in some way. Maybe get some property to emerge, or control it in the way that you want.
Do we still have that book?
It's your book. It's from your backstory.
Oh, the book for my backstory. Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, so this is very troubling to Ivarin, and he's not going to say anything. He's just going to exit the circle and kind of like go down the embankment here. Or is that up? I can't really tell. But
Down.
yeah, just like kind of find a quiet spot away from everyone and just like sit down and yeah, he's deep in thought.
So he just touched this glowing magical thing, and then like without saying anything, he just like walked away.
Mm-hmm.
This is
pretty
probably
much.
Wind
Okay.
Wind watches him walk away, and he steps in and says, "Here, I show how you do." And he starts like dancing around the rock, and he's like, "Ooh ah ji ha," and it snaps his finger, and like a massive fireball shoots out into the sky. Boom, boom.
Pot will walk in and try to, like, because he doesn't know how to, but is thinking about creating a fireball out of his hand and shooting it into the sky, and like trying to channel that thought process and how it might feel similar to like the healing, the feeling of casting a healing spell or one of his other spells, and try and cast a firebolt into the air.
A fire bolt or a fireball?
Oh, fireball, sorry.
Okay, do an Arcana check. So as you try and you concentrate, you kind of picture your firebolt or a firebolt first, and then you kind of try to channel it into something more. You close your eyes and just try really hard, and the rest of the party who's looking at him, you see him concentrate really hard. And a rift opens in the middle of the circle, just a circular, almost portal-like, and a spectral projection just rips out of it and outstretches very rapidly towards Saitik, sending him backwards. It penetrates him. It's square in the chest, and it kind of lodges him onto the rock behind him right here. And Saitik, and then just disappears, and Saitik just falls over, and blood starts to pool underneath his body.
Oh my god!
Holy fucking shit!
I run over to him to try to like stop the bleeding.
Yeah, Pot will run over as well, and
Question.
I'll do
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
5 points of lay on hands on him. Does it drain from my lay on hands, or is it?
So
like an
you
infinite?
turn him over, and he has a big hole the size of your head in the middle of his chest.
Oh my god, you fucking killed him!
He's dead.
Holy shit!
So
Like dead.
throughout all of
There's
Like, this motherfucker's dead.
okay. Then I'm going to cast.
Yeah.
Where is it? 1 second. I'm looking for the spell. If someone else wants to.
So throughout
Does
all
anyone
of this,
know Revivify?
throughout all of this, does Avarin hear the blast, or does he just hear does the first thing he hears everyone going, "Oh my god"?
You hear something. It's not like a blast. Well, you heard the fireball go from the dude, but from the rift, like you hear like a little bit of like energy pulsation, and then like something hitting, and then nothing, and then everybody just gasping.
Okay. So yeah, when he hears everyone gasping, then Avarin's just gonna get up and run over, but not enter the circle because he's still troubled.
Where is it?
I always knew magic was bad news. And I run over and try to take a look at him.
Yeah, there's just a big hole in him. Not even like, like when a bullet enters, you can still see flesh, but it's just like you can see through him.
Ugh. Anyone have a guess what the hell just happened?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, I tried to cast a copy. What was it? Sun or
Yeah, it was Wind who cast the
Wind?
fireball.
Okay.
Are
then
Wind
Pot
and
said-
Sun like freaking out right now?
Yeah, they're just like gasping, and like they ran behind this pillar over here.
I mean, Pot's gonna try everything, as in like, where are we? He's gonna be doing Lesser Restoration, Prayer of Healing, Cure Wounds. He's gonna bless him as well.
Just hit him with all the spells.
I'm literally just dousing him in goodness right now. Does anything happen?
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Well,
And you probably get covered by blood, just like this whole area now is.
Oh Jesus.
So it was this one, right, that he's
Hmm.
up against? So
Well,
Pot's
he
over
fell on
there.
the ground now, but yeah. You probably also got splattered from all of this, like when this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drag the body at least off over to here,
Mm-hmm.
so it's off the pillar.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to cast a fireball, like what Wind was doing. However, I don't think it's connected with casting something that you quote shouldn't be casting. Otherwise, I mean, what like the others can cast fireball, things like this. So
But
Just kinda-
so you don't know that spell.
I don't know that spell. No, I just tried to copy what Wind was doing.
But
as
like,
a
does
test.
Wind know the spell?
Well, they wouldn't know the spells because there's no instruction on how to do the spell. But you're right. There is still a possibility that Wind might inherently have that capability, whereas I might not.
I'll kind of turn to our cave bros. Has this ever happened at the Boom Boom before?
No, you killed Psytic.
Well,
I
don't know,
knew
we
you were
killed
bad,
Psytic.
Boom Boom.
well, hold on. Let's not say things we don't mean.
They start
here.
running
We are.
off.
I vortex warp back of them right to where we are.
Oh no.
They try again.
Okay. I will stand in circle and just keep vortex warping them back. At will.
They just slump and don't speak again.
It's goddamn right.
Ivarin's barely paying attention to all this. He goes back to his spot out of sight and pulls out the book and starts leafing through it furiously.
Pot is going to walk over to Wind and Sun and say, "I'm sorry about Psytech. I know he was a friend of yours. We are trying to understand what's going on. There was this this part of a beast that came out and put Psytech against the pillar. Have you seen that before? Has that happened before?"
The Wind shakes his head and then says, "Please don't kill us."
I'm not here. We are not trying to kill you. We think that something else has killed Psytech. And we don't want this other thing to come back. I just want you to know that.
Just slumps his head and sits there quietly.
Okay.
I walk back to the group.
So I'll kind of walk over the pot, Kronos Rita, and I was gonna say, so whatever just happened has never happened before. It was clearly caused by some kind of like attempt to engage with this circle. I mean, I don't know this for sure, but I think this is why we're here.
Definitely.
Surely, again, like if we were brought by some individual who was clearly using time magic abilities, and we've stumbled onto what appears to be like the font of magic as it exists in this world, it seems too convenient for this not to be in some way related to why we're here.
I agree. I'm not magically inclined, so I don't know how any of this works, but it seems like if this is sort of a bottomless well of magic to tap into, we might be able to find a way to harness it and get back to wherever we came from, whether that's the past or future or wherever.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. Maybe we don't have the piece of the puzzle to use. Like this is the fuel source, but we need the actual spell to take us back. You think?
Well,
Maybe.
we were told that we need to find our way out of here, and this is, as we all kind of discussed, a way to, these circles around the continent were used to travel around. I think this is probably our way out. Now, how we activate it to get out, I don't know.
Can I inspect the pillars, the dick pillars?
Sure.
Are there any markings on them that seem to give hint to if they act as markers or if they act as like coordinates or like intervals on this ring?
Insight check.
Insight check.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
You are not sure.
Okay.
But
I can't see any. I can't see any like obvious knobs, things to turn, things to push.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is our way out. I think this somehow potentially has the ability to take us either through time or back to where we are supposed to go, according to Scrotum Men.
So, and I truly don't know the answer to this question. Either we could try to force a gateway open using this thing, although looking what just happened to the side tech, I'm not terribly jazzed about that idea. Or we could keep looking around this area, using our two cave buddies and figuring out if there is an additional. I mean, there are more magical areas like this, is what they said. This seems to be the most powerful one, but I'm wondering if some of those other areas might shed some insight on how to actually use them.
Let me have a talk with my friend over here, and I indicate that I'll go and have a chat with Min.
Well, I'm also, if you're gonna go speak with him, maybe ask him, how did he learn to interact with it or harness this type of energy? Because it seemed like they don't have as deep of an understanding of what magic is or how it actually works as the rest of us, but he was able to successfully cast a spell, whereas you weren't. So I don't know if there's some I don't know. It just seems like I don't know how, does he actually know a normal fireball spell, or was he just thinking about magic in a different way? We have to approach this separately, because also, Dimitri, you said that magic isn't behaving the way that we're used to here, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When you were first teleported in, you just sensed the weird kind of way of casting it. But
So
for those
it might
of you
be that
that
we have to access magic through a different means or something.
But for those of you that actually cast the magic inside the circle or near the area, you kind of feel like everything is easy. Just casting it is really easy.
Okay.
Easier than in your time.
And I can't. And again, I think, because I have not tried for myself, but I would step in and see if I could summon up addition. Can I feel into the weave and feel if I can pull out different forms of magic? And what I'm trying to mean is I'm aware as a wizard that there are spells like like fireball and stuff like that, stuff that I don't know. Am I, knowing that those spells exist, able to pull those spells out of the weave and use them even if I don't know them?
You don't know if you can do the exact spell, but you feel like you can almost do anything.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna say well, you know what? I think before we leave here, um, we should at least see if this portal can be used without additional stuff. Um, and I kind of like, is Pot still holding the rope that was tied to Avarin?
I think Avaran got rid of
Okay,
the rope, so
and
it'll be just down on the ground.
I'll roll it up and I'll tie it around my own waist. I'll say, if this goes bad, yank me out. Don't let me. And I point at SciTech.
Yeah.
Try.
Before you step off, Pot says, "Oh wait, so what I'm thinking here is, because this is what I tried to do with the fireball before. I didn't know this spell, but obviously, you know, I am a bit of a caveman when it comes to that type of magic use. What I was trying to get at with casting something that I don't know or producing something that I don't know is perhaps one of us can at least channel some form of time travel or teleportation ability.
Yeah.
And if they can manage that using the power of this rune or area, then that might be a way of getting out. And I tie the rope to Steedy Dan, and I'm gonna hide behind the pillar here.
Before
Yeah.
any of this actually happens, can I roll an investigation to see if I found anything relevant in my tome of terrible secrets?
Please tell me he like stops us before we like nuke ourselves.
Yeah, so you kind of flip through it. You've read through it before, I imagine. So you flip to the section that you remembered earlier. And basically what this section is talking about is, again, kind of activating almost kind of like the paranormal or the supernatural, and like tapping into powers that seem to be too great for anyone to handle. So you think that basically using the stone, because it's such a great concentration of power in combination with the method described in the book, you think maybe you would be able to activate in some sort?
Okay. I don't think.
Go ahead.
I don't think Ivarin is aware enough of what's going on with the rest of the party to intervene at this point. He's absorbed in his book.
Yeah.
Two things before we continue with whatever you're about to do.
Yes.
The first, I don't know how much you all pay attention to history, or if my time is different than your time and doesn't fit your history. I don't know, but where I was from, there was issues going on with the runes and appearing and disappearing, and the weave appearing and disappearing, and it's kind of familiar to how this whole area, since we've been transported here, has felt. It's I don't know, it feels like there's weird connections with the weave going on, so be careful with any of this. But also, isn't that dragon friend of yours, didn't you say that you know him, and that's the dragon you talked about being in charge of time or something? Do you think we could ask him to do something?
Well, I don't think he's here.
No, he is.
Well,
Isn't he with
he's
Wind
the
and Sun?
little time dragon. He's like not talk to us.
He's been talking to Putt, right? In Draconic?
Mhm.
A
Am I
little
missing
bit,
stuff?
yeah. So
A
on the
little
first
Kind of
first
cryptically,
day,
but yeah.
Yeah.
Azun didn't seem that interested, I think, from memory. Like,
Yeah.
didn't know really what was going on. But from this is out of character. What I've taken is like, even over these few days, that we've been hanging around, Ozun's sort of becoming a little bit more self-aware. At least that's what it seems like, at least from Pot's perspective. So then Pot will say to Cornelius, like, yes, I mean, I could speak to the dragon and see if we can get some more information. What would you like me to ask? If this is something that we want to do before Silky, you
No, I'm kind of like, I got the rope around me. I think my hands are shaking a little bit. I kind of like stick my pocket, like, well, if you want to ask the dragon first, that's fine.
Okay, then I'll ask the dragon. This is what I'm saying in common. Like I'll ask Ozun if I mean I've asked him about this pillar and sorry, someone.
Rome.
Yeah, sorry. Someone's taking their Ferrari out on the weekend or something. I asked Ozun about this particular site here, and Ozun said that this was a conduit of all the magic, but I can certainly ask Ozun if he knows a way to activate this area. Unless anyone has any other questions they want me to ask Ozun.
I think it makes sense to me.
Boom. Alright, so Pot asks Ozun that question, if Ozun knows how to activate the site.
He says, I do not know. I've only been alive for 10 days now or so.
Motherfucker.
But just trying to figure out what he can yeah, I mean, you haven't told him much, so he doesn't say anything else.
Yeah, so this is out of character. I was going to do this. I forgot to do it when we were traveling. Friends, if you I say this in common, friends, if you just give me a moment, I have to have a conversation with our dragon really quick. He's not too sure. Maybe I can help refresh his memory. And I ask Ozun, sorry, Pot asks Ozun, so yeah, I give Ozun the background of that we've met Ozun before at another point in time. I tell Ozun, or Pot tells Ozun, that we're not sure if we've gone back in time or forward in time. And would Pot know, this is out of character, would Pot know that the dragons, he does, right? That the dragons are like a phoenix, they're reborn and
yeah,
and all that. So yeah, I guess Pot will ask. So Ozun, on top of the previous stuff, Ozun, do you also know that I mean, we've come to understand that dragons like yourself, the dragon of time and such, that you are reborn after a period of time, I think I understand. Are you aware of this?
I think so. But if we've met before, I can assure you that you're back in time, not forward, as I was only recently hatched.
But could you not also have been reborn in the future, and you're recently hatching also in the future? This is out of character now, like as if Pot's question.
Are you trying to convince the dragon that he's smarter than he
Dragon
actually is? Isn't it possible that you're actually a genius?
No,
Pot looks at
reincarnation is different than true birth.
Pot looks at his warhammer that gives him +1 intel. Nice. Okay, so from what I understand, then we have gone back in time to the point at which you are firstborn. I want to say that loosely because maybe I don't know timey-wimey stuff that well, but And so actually, does Ozun say anything about or produce any info about relating to the background that I've given? You know that we've met Ozun before. We're doing this time travel stuff. There was a plague. Like I give him that whole kind of background of what we've done so far, including Pot turning into a dragon.
Interesting. I'm not quite sure what to make of much of that, but if you're trying to time travel again, how did you do it before?
We
Got our asses knocked out, right?
currently we were, from what I understand, killed, and then we woke up in a cave.
No, before, when you, from your own time.
So you were there. There was this person, or there is this person named Riggs. We do that by, I think this is out of character. So Riggs opens the portal. No, Ozun opens the portal for us, right? And Riggs
and Ozun use the Rune of Knowledge to open
the
the
rune to open it together. Okay, yep. So I relay that information that both of them do that, and we have to have a. Actually, I'll just go back into the first person. So Riggs, this character that I've told you about, and yourself use the Rune of Knowledge to open a portal through time that we step through, and we have on us in our possession, and I indicate to the crown that's probably still on Cornelius's head, that we have an item of significant historical significance, that we anchor ourselves to, so that we can then return to our own timeline.
This Rune of Knowledge certainly sounds interesting. Are there more like it in your time?
Does Pot know this? Because
I am not sure.
me personally cannot remember if
I
Pot
think
knows
your party
this.
discussed it and some party knows it. I'm not sure if Pod was part of the discussion, or I'm not sure.
Are you talking to him in Draconic, right?
Yeah, it's all in Draconic. So I'll ask in Common. Hey, does anyone know if there's more runes than the Rune of Knowledge in our timeline?
I believe we know that there are, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is about the time that Ivarin packs up his book and starts coming back up the hill. And he sees this conversation going on, just like, hey, what are we talking about?
And I ask, without answering Ivarin, I ask Ozun in Draconic if Ozun can understand us speaking the other language, indicating, like, does he understand Common, speak Common?
I've learned a great deal in the past 2 days.
Do you
I
think
believe
you
I
could
can.
converse?
Sufficient to
Okay.
common.
Okay, perfect. So Pot says, so our good friend Ozun has learnt our language in the last few days, and he can speak in Common. And I tell Ivarin, like, what we've been talking about. Is there
Alright,
another rune, etc.?
Can I do a history check for is there another rune?
I think you
Well,
know there's 5 runes.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'll communicate that to everyone then. And I'll also so the stuff I found out in the book about activating the stone, I will tell them that, but I won't tell them anything about how I know it or how I found out about it.
Okay.
Mm,
No one's gonna ask how I know that.
Hmm.
So, but how do we activate it? Have we? As in
Okay,
your yeah.
so it sounds to me like you've got Ozun, like, I don't know, smart enough to open a portal for us, right?
Yeah.
Is that what I heard?
I'm not sure I can.
Well, okay, but
In our timeline.
we at least have an idea there, and I think I can activate the monolith here. So, yeah, I don't know. Do we want to give this a try, or do we need to like prepare some more?
I think we just go for it.
Yeah.
If you think you have a non-zero chance of actually working this thing, I think we go for it. Because again, we don't know where we would find other information.
I think Pot would, like, if Aaron's just walked back from like just down this little enclave, right? Come back with actually maybe Pot wouldn't question it at the moment. Like ask why, like how do you know it, like what you were saying. Maybe he would just be like, okay, let's just get out of here. Like he's focused more on that than like why. Especially at the moment. Yeah, disregard.
All right, well, let's all stand in the circle then, and I will touch the pillar and try to activate it.
Okay, so this process is more of a ritual. It's going to take some time.
How much time?
You figure around 15 minutes, maybe?
Okay. So I will position myself next to the pillar then, and like lay out whatever materials I need for the ritual. I'll tell everyone, okay, this is going to take about 15 minutes. Oh, and by the way, there is a small, like very small, like 1 in a billion chance that when I do this, the entire weave will collapse in on itself and the entire universe will explode. But don't worry, it's like one of those.
Referee Catholic, what?
Not again.
And Avarin just turns around and gets to work.
Oh my gosh.
Does Ozun peek up about that?
He kind of turns his head a little, but doesn't say anything.
So I think, yeah, Pot would say to Ivarin, so how do you know that this is, aside from the universe collapsing, like how do you know that this is going to work?
Ivarin stops what he's doing, sighs really deeply, turns to Pot and says, okay, first of all, you don't want to know. Second of all, you interrupted me and now I have to start again.
This is like the scene from that Doctor Strange movie. It's like, this is not helping that you're talking to me.
Okay, because of stuff on my character.
Do you want to get
sheet.
out of here or not? If you have something to say, come on, out with it.
No, this is out of character. Yeah, Pot would trust Ivarin. But so Pot just nods and lets you continue.
All right, Ivarin gives a somewhat sincere thank you nod and then turns back and starts the ritual over again. Thankfully, he was only 30 seconds in.
So I wait till he's about 14 minutes in. No.
And give him a wet willy.
A big old noogie right on the top of the head.
All right. So, as Ivarin starts to cast the ritual or whatever he's doing on the pillar, you begin to see a faint glow around it that starts to permeate and throughout the runes around the circle.
All right, now at a certain point in the ritual, Ivarin pauses and he turns around and he points at Pot first and he says, "You stand there.
Pot will walk. Oh, yeah. Walk over. Where was it again?
There.
Right there.
Right there. There you go. Okay. Now Silky. There.
I
No. There.
there.
Okay. Don't move. Rida. There.
What about Steedy Dan?
Hold on. Cornelius, I need you there.
Just heave a big sigh and very slowly walk over there.
All right. Now, everyone, collect your animal companions and familiars and whatnot. Make sure they're standing right next to you and that you are touching them. And Ivarin nods down to Miyag, who climbs up on his shoulders.
I'm just gonna unsummon Steedy Dan.
Okay.
All right. Ivarin turns back to the ritual and says, "Nobody move a muscle." And
I hold my breath.
Yeah, I was like, this
Yep.
is very confusing.
all right, and then at the very end of the ritual, I reach out and touch the stone and complete the transfer of magic, whatever it is that I'm exactly doing. And boom, yeah,
All
boom,
right.
boom.
So
Bingo,
as
bango.
you
Actually, no, wait, hold on. I actually scream out, boom, boom.
God.
Wind and
In
Sun, by
that-
the way, did not enter the circle throughout this. And
Yeah, and
as you
ozone.
complete the ritual, you touch the stone. At which point, well, throughout the whole process, the light that I described previously has kind of been intensifying, and the whole pillar lights up in this kind of turquoise color. And as you complete it, there's also towards the end, there's light that starts to emanate from like the perimeter of the circles and kind of like rises up. And as you complete and touch the pillar, there's a flash of this turquoise light. Everything outside of the circle goes kind of what's opaque, and the colors kind of just like become muted, and everything outside is almost like not quite standing still, but everything's like moving super slowly. And you also see a projection on this side of the circle here of a phantasmal staircase start to materialize, and it just projects upwards as far as you can see. Another thing that happens is out of this and this pillar, there appears to be some kind of dark energy that starts to emanate and starts to form into what appears to be a humanoid shape. And let me share that to you. And you guys need to roll initiative.
Oh.
Oh no.
Nuh-uh.
But I don't want to.
But I don't
You're
want
not
to
the boss
fight.
of
No,
me.
I just teleport back to my timeline. That's what happens right now.
Yeah.
You can't tell me what to do. You're not my real mom.
Oh no.
Oh wait, sorry. Let me pull up the actual thing.
Can we fight?
Aw,
inside-
Silky.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Turn
gonna fight
order
inside the
wasn't up.
circle.
You can reroll.
I'll stick with my roll. I won't cheat. But are we to be clear, are we fighting inside the circle?
I don't know.
Apparently.
Kind of seems that way.
Everybody roll.
Shouldn't have unsummoned Steedy Dan.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, everybody's up. All right, so these things just kind of float outside from the circles and just materialize next to you. Rida, you're up first.
I'm going to I guess attack this guy.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah. You just pull out your what do you use? Hammer?
Hammer.
Actually, I've been using the lifesteal longsword.
Oh, okay.
So
All right. 14 is a hit, so you connect with the lifesteal sword, or the long sword.
Great.
And you inflict, let me see here.
Doesn't it deal extra necrotic damage?
Only if you roll.
That's what I was thinking. Like maybe that's what the
19
6
or
is, but it
20.
doesn't say anything.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look at this.
I believe it's like if you roll a 19 or a 20,
Oh,
you get
okay.
the lifesteal and necrotic damage, I think. But I don't know if you always get the necrotic damage. And
Okay.
it's just the lifesteal that's a part of the roll.
I think
don't
from
think
what I
I've-
recall from this sword is, yeah, it does extra damage, and then you just heal for half of it. Let me look at it. Isn't there a handout? Items.
No, I think that's not it.
I know it was a 19 or a 20, I think. And then it was the lifesteal, but definitely happy if that I was doing it wrong.
I don't
It's
remember
just
the
straight
lifesteal
up.
sword actually. There isn't a handout for it.
Did we make it up?
You gave info on it though. No, you definitely gave info because I had the
The
sword.
only
and I
lifesteal thing I had was the blood shield.
No, because we bought this in the lifesteal.
Oh,
results
it was.
found.
If it was a purchase that you guys got, I
was a
don't have a
purchase.
handout for it.
Yeah, so it was.
For
Yeah.
some reason, I don't remember it. What it was.
A regular weapon of life stealing deals 10 extra necrotic damage on a crit, and then you also get 10 temp HP. It sounds like.
Okay.
At least that's like the DMG version of a sword of life stealing.
So, regardless, though, as you connect, you do this the magical slashing damage, and you feel a little bit of its form kind of float away with your swipe. However, the necrotic damage, or what you used to like receive, basically a part of its life force, you don't think that part has done any damage to it, and you don't gain any temp points.
Got it. And I guess I'll do my second attack too.
Okay. That one definitely hits as well.
Great.
For 14. So yeah, you kind of do like a double swipe across it, and as you complete its motion, it reaches or kind of raises its appendage. You don't quite see a hand, and from within it, kind of almost like this black field or black smoke extend towards you and connects with you. You start to feel your life force, your energy, kind of almost leave your body. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Can I counterspell this?
It's not a spell.
Damn.
I'm good.
21.
I hope I'm good with that.
Yeah. So well, you do still take 19 necrotic damage,
Ouch.
Ah!
Jeez.
but you don't. Nothing else happens. So yeah, you manage to withhold the this energy from sucking your internal life force out. Pot, your turn.
Pot is going to. Pot is going to. Where are we? Da-da. Within. Okay, I need to. Oop. Okay, Pot is going to. Do some stuff with this thing.
Are you still concentrating on your bless spell, by the way, man?
It's 1 minute, so
Oh.
bless is gone. Yeah, but you guys still have the plus 5 HP, Ivarin and Silky, and myself. So, Pot's going to do both here. So, the bonus action on the next damage roll made by the weapon is going to be changed to radiant light damage.
Okay.
So Pot's not going to move. As the action, Pot's going to do the call down the ray of light. So 25 within a 25 square Would that be actually? How did we do that again? That means that
25 foot
wouldn't-
square is a 5x5.
around me.
All enemies within a 25 square foot. Yeah, so within 25 feet of you, so within 5 squares of you. Get that. Adjourned. That second ability, right, is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pot can still move. Is there a place I can go that would hit both of them? I think maybe could I go there?
I'm
it?
gonna say no because this is a light. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all enemies within the range. It doesn't look like it's.
Oh, I see what you were asking earlier. 25 foot square. So yeah, I think what we did earlier is we just did like a 25 by 25 around you. So centered on you. So a 5 by 5 centered around you. So if it's a 5 by 5 and you're standing there, it would be like this square.
I don't think you could quite get both of them unless you were allowed to
Yeah.
turn the square diagonally.
How can I do? Oh my god, I'm screwing everything up here. So. There we go.
Maybe you could get them if you can rotate the square. I don't know.
No. Don't think I'll be able to get both. Okay. Well, if that's the case, can Pot move to here and then cast it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Pot's gonna move there, put himself in the way, and cast
Adjourned.
that thing. Yeah, so
All right. So they have to
DC.
make a Constitution, or was it? Yeah, Constitution saving throw,
Mhm.
which he succeeds. So you don't see any apparent change,
But I look cool.
but
And
you
that's-
definitely look cool doing it. As this ray of light kind of just comes out of nowhere from outside the circle and just attempts to strike him, but he kind of floats away and dodges from it. All right, Ivarin.
So as I'm standing in the circle, do I still feel like I can pretty much cast anything in my spellbook regardless of whether it's prepared and I have slots?
Yes.
Okay. That is very good to know. I am going to instruct Miyag to go underneath this guy and hopefully turn what he is standing on into rough ground.
He's
Just
not
try and
standing,
trip
he's
him up.
floating.
Well, then never mind. Stay back there, Miyag. I am going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Ooh. Nice. Dexterity saving throw. What's
Shoot, I
oh,
can't
he
remember.
succeeds that.
He succeeds the dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Oh, well, that sucks.
But
I
he
still
still
roll
take
8d6
half
for half
damage.
damage. So
You're just doing it at level 3, right?
I only have level 3 available, and we determined I can't up level things to levels that I can't cast yet.
All right.
So half of that, 13 damage.
All right. So yeah, so he gets he dodges out of the light that Pot casts, but he then steps into the lightning bolt that you summon and takes a little bit of damage. All right.
Am I gonna? Am I gonna take an opportunity attack if I step away?
Possibly yes.
Possibly. All right, I'll stay where I am for now, I guess.
Okay. Cornelius.
So, seeing the large beam of light just streak down and then a bunch of lightning, I step over to the side, and the tattoos along my forearm kind of light up, and two chakrams just start to, like ethereal-looking tealish chakrams appear around my wrist,
Mhm.
and and I start to spin and then flick it at the dude right up here.
Nice. All right.
And he's next to an ally, so I do get sneak attack on this if it hits.
Mm-hmm.
16 to hit.
You also get +2 because of the arrangement, the facing here. So
Okay,
you
so
are
18 to hit.
18, and yeah, you hit.
So then that does, let's see, that does 21 psychic damage.
Psychic damage. Oh wow.
And then for my bonus action, the one on my left arm is spinning, and I fling that one at him.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
I crit fail that.
Aw, damn.
So these are physical attacks, but they're magical, right?
So it is, here, I'll go ahead and post it for you. It's the Psychic Blades feature from
Okay.
my subclass.
Psychic blade in your hand. Okay. Got it. All right. Let's do a D100 then.
Okay. 9. That means I get an extra action, I'm pretty sure.
No, you just miss attack, and you get a disadvantage on your next attack.
Dookie.
As-
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so the first one hit and kind of impaled really nicely into him, and the second one just whiffs. All right.
Okay.
And as he takes that, he's going to raise his left arm, and he kind of does it differently than the previous guy did, and he does it a little more slowly. And you notice the body of Cytic, something emerge from it.
Oh.
Gross.
And it appears to be this spectral purple light.
I feel really bad about that guy dying.
Maybe we're resurrecting him.
Probably not in a good way, though.
Well, I can hope.
All right. And he's going to come right here. He is going to similarly try to drain your life force. Well, Yvarin's life force in this case.
Okay, I was wrong.
Why can't I open his thing? Sorry. Technical difficulties. Oh, there it is. Alright. You have mage armor, so you're at 17, right? Or do you not
15.
have? You're at 15. Okay. In that case, he does hit you. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oof.
Oh, no.
So he hits you for 14 necrotic damage, and your maximum hit points are reduced by that much as well.
Oh.
Holy crap. Okay.
Good thing he
Oopsie
had
doopsie.
5 temporary
Yeah, exactly.
maximum hit points.
Got him.
So Yvarin
How does that
must
work,
have
actually?
his life points.
Does that mean that you've just subtracted the temporary hit points, 5 temporary maximum hit points that I've given him?
I think 8 isn't just temp HP. It's
No,
like
that's-
it's like your max HP increases by 5.
Yeah, it's not
Until-
temporary
Duration,
hit
yeah.
points. It's your actual hit points.
Yeah, so
maximum.
he just loses 14, and he loses 14 off his max normal hit points. So he's technically at, if he had 8 temps, he's actually at 22 out of 14 right now.
Wait, 8 temps. It was 5. I didn't have any temps.
Oh, you didn't have any temps, so it's just 14 out of 14 then.
It was,
Plus the 5 from
this is
from-
the spell.
plus the 5 from
Equals
8.
to your
which
ally's
is still
toughness. Choose 3 creatures, each target hit point maximum and current hit points. Oh,
It
I
is,
see
so
what
it
you're
is
talking
increased.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, then it is 19
19.
out of 19. Yeah, never
Yep.
mind.
Clutch.
But I would think that once that spell goes away, it's
8
reduced.
else.
Yeah, it's reduced back. So
Unless it's just eaten into it, like the spells essentially.
I don't know that. I will have to think about it, but in my initial kind of interpretation, it would drop your expanded maximum by that 5 again. So if you're still under that expanded maximum, my interpretation would be that it would go down to 14.
Well, if I was at 5 hit points and then the spell wore off, then I would go down to 0 hit points.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
And my maximum would go back down to its normal maximum.
Okay. Silky.
I am going to cast Slow. It's a 40-foot cube. It'll catch all 3 of these guys.
Yep.
I am furthermore going to use my portent rolls of 3 and 4 to make sure these 2 fail.
Nice.
Okay, so the 2 main guys.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So I will post Slow.
And then the other guy has to make a what is it?
It's a
wisdom.
Wisdom save. Wisdom 15. They gotta beat.
Okay, the guy that has just risen fails.
No.
So
Nice.
everybody has a -2 AC penalty.
Yep. Can't use reaction, so I'm actually gonna back away from this dude.
Okay. Can't use reactions, and do they actually take damage? No, they don't take damage here,
They
right?
do not. But our damage boys can hopefully do something fancy. And they no longer can multi-attack, so they have to choose one attack. They can't make more than one ranged attack either. If they cast a spell, it gets delayed.
Okay.
The spell is ridiculous. And
Nice.
to be clear, like we're not having spell slots for this, right?
Nope,
Because
no
there's so
spell
much-
slots.
Oh, this is incredible. I love it.
All right, Ryda.
Gonna double attack this guy again.
Nice, another double swipe with the sword. Cutting into him, hitting both times, and doing a total of 21. Yes, 21.
Nice.
Yeah, similar thing. Necrotic doesn't go through, but you manage to pull away with a little bit of his form with your magical sword. Staying there, I assume?
Yeah, if he can't take a reaction, I might just move like here so I'm better blocking this area so he can't. I don't want him to get past me if I don't think he would try that, but just in case.
Okay,
That's it.
nice. Well, he does have incorporeal movement, but he's still gonna go for you.
Oh.
Oh my god. He crits you. Go ahead and
well,
do
I'm
a
probably dead then.
Constitution saving throw.
Can you teleport someone with Misty Step by holding on to them?
I cannot. However, I can
'Cause I have
vortex.
Misty.
I can vortex warp you. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
Ryda, really bad news.
Am I dead?
Well, good news is that you succeed on your con save. That would be really bad because your maximum hit points would be reduced to probably 0, and you would die. But you just take critical damage. In this case, it's ×3. In this case, it's a lot. It's
So I'm dead anyways. But I'm only dead once instead of twice, right?
You're taking 75 points of necrotic damage. Actually, 78.
Are
So-
you sure that doesn't kill me outright?
No, it doesn't. You have to be 3 times your max to the negative to
Okay.
be dead. So you would have to be like 153 to the negative.
Right, okay, of course. So 78 you said?
Yes.
Okay, let me do that math, but I'm down.
Yep. She drops and he continues floating towards Cornelius here. Pot.
Sorry, guys.
That was a massive crit. He like
When
rolled really
I-
good too.
Wait, he's
when I
under
did
slow,
lay on
what does that
hands.
slow do? Sorry.
Oh no,
Sorry, two
you
people
go.
are talking.
You go.
Sorry, what'd you say?
It's your turn, Pot, so you go.
Nick, did you have
I
something to
was
say
just
about the
asking
slow or
what
something?
I was just asking what exactly the effects of slow are again.
I
But
think
I
it's
see it.
half
I'm reading
movement, right?
it. So
Yeah, it's -2 AC, -2 dex throws, can't use reactions, can only use an action or bonus action, disables multi. I mean, it's like a whole list of
Yeah.
stuff. It basically just cripples like enemies. So jack them up.
Was
Get
it
in there.
was this attack a spell?
His attack is not a spell, no.
Okay.
When I cast lay on hands on Psytech, did I notice that I was losing lay of hands?
No, you're not losing any spell slots
And
in here.
so yeah, okay. But how would that work? Could I then lay on hands right it for 1,000 because there's no,
Oh my god.
you know, it's a so lay on hands is an action, I think. Let me put it out here. As an action, you can touch.
If you don't have like if you theoretically have an unlimited number in your pool, you should be able to.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. This doesn't consume spell slots. It consumes points, which is a little different.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So points you're still
'cause that's-
expending. Sorry, I thought you were talking about spell slots.
Okay. Okay. Then I would be on 24 lay on hands and not 25 because I wanted to test that out on SciTech. Or I did.
Yeah, I just heal for a
You're still trying to
million.
bring SciTech up? Yeah. I would like to just heal for 1 million, please. 1 million.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, this thing's fucking overpowered. I'm just gonna everyone stand next to me, and I'm gonna constantly. I'll lay down on the ground like a starfish and just touch all of you and just.
Lay on hands, not lay on feet.
Yeah.
And certainly not
So-
lay on your back.
Yeah. We've got access to everything. This is tough. And because obviously it's like metagaming if I know, well, we know the number, we don't know the negative number. I don't know Ryder's negative number, but
No.
I can see
She
that
took like
Ryder's
a massive.
pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Her skin is normally like this orangish yellow. It's like
she's a
it's pretty. Like,
she's a
grayish
scrotum
now.
man.
Am I all wrinkly
With
and
no
my
ear.
fur's falling out? Yeah, with only one ear.
Ryder teleports in and stabs one of them in the back for 78 damage. They drop to the ground. Ryder's current body dies. Okay, so this is a bit tough. What is that? That is a. That is
I mean,
an action.
if you give her a heal, then at least she stabilizes, right?
I don't know how it works. Whether it has to be brought back to 0, right, to stabilize. It's not just any other heal. I don't know how we're doing it, Nite.
So when you heal her, it gives her a successful death save, and it also gives her the health points, but she has to be brought up to above 0 by those health points to be up.
So
it
if
helps
I
her-
cast a heal spell.
Yeah, it gives her a success.
Okay, sweet. Okay, that's really good to know because I was like, man, do I bless? And she's got a advantage to it. If I can just heal Ryder with something good. That is an action. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a healing spell that may or may not be a bonus action, so I can still attack. Which I don't think it's going to exist.
Normally, I think all bonus actions are touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compelled duel. We don't want that just yet.
I compel you to kill
Yes!
yourself.
Duel me! Ryder is compelled to drag her unconscious body over to me. I then cast Lay on Hands. No. Zone of Truth. Are you really dead? Yeah, okay, so that is an action. I'm gonna have to do. I have to Misty Step, and does Lay on Hands work the same way as the other ones in terms of stabilizing and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, well. I have to. This is the priority. I am going to Misty Step, which is, what's that, 25 feet, I think, from memory?
Yeah. There's also a spell that gets people up. That spell also works the same way. It just gives you a success. It doesn't get you up.
Wait, what do you mean?
There's another spell, I think, from memory. I don't remember what it's
Thanks
called.
for the dying.
Yeah, it gets you back up from not dead, but from dying. That one just gives you a success as well.
Revivify, I think it's the next one, is it? You touch a creature, died in the last minute, returns to life with 1 hit point.
Well, that's
It's what-
died. That's full on dead. this is she's
Okay.
not dead. She's just
Gotcha.
dying. Yeah. I think it's like or like a level 1 or a cantrip. I don't remember exactly what it's
Really?
called, but
Spare the dying
yeah,
cantrip.
spare the dying. Yeah.
I don't have that one. There we go.
But yeah, keep on doing
As
that.
a paladin. So, yes, I'm going to Misty Step, which is a bonus action. Misty Step over here.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to Tuts, also known as Touch. Where are we? Because we can do whatever we want. Duts, I think this is the one. You touch a creature. No, that's not the one I want. It is. I think it's just the basic cure wounds, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah. Okay.
Heal 1.
Plus your spellcasting ability modifier, so it's 6. So yeah, but you do
I'll
get a
take it.
successful save, right?
Great.
Or I can cast that in second thingy.
Oh yeah.
I can make
You
it
can
second
upcast it.
level. Yeah. So that's second spell. The healing increases by 7.
So it's 14 total. Then.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, Ivarin.
Okay, let me drag
Sorry,
my
Ivarin.
fireball.
You just left him there.
That's why I was asking about the Misty Step, if I could take Ivarin with me.
Although, actually, because you didn't use your movement, you misty stepped, so you might be able to just run back over there if you wanted to.
Act as the buffer.
I
I
think
mean,
you
I
have enough
could-
movement to get over there,
Fireball is a
probably.
level 3. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, well,
They
I'm,
are.
I'm debating though. Like, I'm thinking, okay, well, yeah, fireball would be great, but also I am surrounded and pretty weak here, so a misty step would
Yeah.
probably not be a terrible idea for me.
I got you, buddy.
I'm gonna. I've used an action, so I can't actually drag Rider or move Rider, right? And it'd be an attack of opportunity, even if they're down, if they move
No,
away.
they can't take attack opportunities.
Yeah, because they have slow cast on them, so they cannot.
Yeah.
Okay, can
well, then
I-
And I don't need the misty step.
Can
No,
I,
you could just run away.
Yeah.
with my movement action, can I drag Rider, or is that an
Yeah,
action?
you can drag her.
Can I like get her like over to here or something?
Sure. Yeah, you guys get over here.
So to be. Can we swap that? Like I'm where Rider is and.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
How does this always happen?
Because you're on the front line.
I guess.
You also
Okay,
got
so
critted.
Yeah.
All right, Fireball. They have to do a what is it? A dexterity save, right?
Exit.
1,
Yep.
2,
Dex save.
3. All right. Success, fail. So the 2 black dudes succeed, and then the purple dude fails.
Dude, that's
Um,
racist.
How's that racist? Anyway, 29. So half is 14, right? 14
Mhm.
on the shadowy figures. And then the full 29, which actually, as the fireball connects, he just floats up, screams, and then evaporates. Wait, does Miag die?
Nice.
Miag dies.
No. Spell sculpting. He
Oh,
automatically
oh.
succeeds and takes 0 damage on a success.
Damn. How do you sculpt a fireball explosion?
I'm just that good.
It like sculpts
Good
into
answer.
like Ivarin's hand with the middle finger just extending right towards like.
Good
Yeah,
answer.
it's school of evocation.
Gotcha.
All right, Cornelius.
Oh boy. I run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Hold on. If I go here, would I be able to see the dude up top?
The one on top, yes, but not the one over here.
Okay, perfect. So I 2 more chakrams appear, and I toss the first one at him. That is a 17 to
That
hit.
is a hit.
So, non-sneak attack. So he takes 8 psychic damage.
All right.
And then bonus action, I flick the other one at him.
So I guess psychic
For-
damage. Yeah, that hits also.
22 to hit. So that's another 8 psychic damage.
Yeah, so I guess with psychic damage, you don't really notice anything happen to him, but he kind of flickers when your spell connects.
Sweet. And that is my 30 feet of movement. Action, bonus action. It's my turn.
All right, well, he's going to come up to you and attempt to suck your life force out. Why is it always closed? That is a hit. Make
Okay.
a Constitution saving throw, please.
I think I passed.
No,
I think
unfortunately
you'll
not.
find this
That's actually
You're
a
gonna-
crit
you're gonna
or
pass,
fail.
all
But
right.
you lose 20 off your top and take 20 necrotic damage.
So wait, so 20 in addition to 20?
No, so
No,
you take 20 damage, necrotic damage, and then that's also the number you lose off the top. So essentially you're at 100%,
Got it.
but at, 19 out of 19, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Oof.
Fun. I'm too young to die.
All right. Silky, you're up next.
All right, I'm gonna move here. And I'm gonna fire a level 3 mind whip at them.
Whip.
Ooh.
Since it's level 3, it actually arcs to both of them, so they both have to make int saves.
Cool whip.
Okay. What's the DC on that? Oh,
Still
DC
15.
14. Yeah, both fail.
Sweet. So it's 3d6 for both of them.
And I am pretty sure you actually kill both of them with this attack.
Woo.
So you extend this whip towards them. Yeah, 11 is way more than enough. Extend this whip towards them. It kind of wraps around, and they continue to vibrate similarly, and then they just vanish.
And right is down.
Right is down.
Yes.
Okay. I don't.
Oh, and then
have-
at this point, Ivarin shouts out, "Oh, by the way, no one step outside of the circle, or you'll unmake the universe."
I'm like toes on the edge, like holy fucking shit.
Is this
Can someone? Can I just try and med
Combat
check her
over?
real quick?
Yes, combat is over.
okay? So I can just spam cast cure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, or that.
She
Yeah.
is back
Yeah.
at 1, and then whatever you clear.
I
Heal her for.
spam her to full. Like, let's just.
Oh, I
Great.
love this circle. Let's never leave this
Yeah.
circle.
I'm spamming everyone back to their maximum. Like everyone is back to their
Bam, bam,
maximum.
bam, bam,
health.
bam.
Well, everybody's
Alright,
at their maximum except their maximum is decreased.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Welcome. Yeah. So
Apart
you guys
from
all
that-
have max HP. Like I'm the tank now. It looks like.
Apart from that, nothing around you changes. You still see the opaque colors from outside the circle, and you still see the phantasmal staircase that leads into the sky and out of view. We are actually going to take a short break here for about 5 minutes. I'm going to go get something to drink and a snack. You guys should do the same, and we'll be back in not too long, so stay tuned.